Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out XCN's price chart. And I think it's actually best to start this video by talking about what is going on in terms of indicators in weekly time frame. And I'll be honest with you, not a whole lot of bullish signs is happening in here because if I just zoom in more, excuse me, as you can see, in MACD and stock RSI, we are having sell signals at the same time. And I believe the only positive thing that is going on in terms of indicators is the fact that in a stock RSI, sure, we are having a sell signal, but at the same time, pay attention to the fact that we are around the oversold region. Meaning what? Yep. Hopefully, this sell signal is not really going to do the job and send us lower. And from here, hopefully, we are going to get a good bounce. And why do I say that I'm hoping that we're going to get a good bounce from here? Because in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning supports and resistances, in Onyxcoin, we are having an extremely important support area from weekly and daily time frame at the same time between, let's say, 0.86 to about 0.96 of a cent. And in my view, if we break this thing, well, unfortunately, I'm gonna say all hell might break loose in XCN, since under here, I'm not really able to find a whole lot of strong supports until all the way down here about 0.2 to about 0.36 of a cent. So generally, you do not want to see a break of this level. You want to see a good bounce, and in the short term, if we see once more a buy signal in a stock RSI, I guess that can be a good sign suggesting, yeah, most likely we are going to get a bounce back off of this level and hopefully break this downtrend right in here at this beautiful descending channel. Now, on the upside, I think we do have a couple of important regions, and if I just do this, there we go. The first one is going to be this important area in daily time frame. I think was it between 1 to about 1.02 cents, and if we get a move up in XCN in a strong manner in order to go above here, do a pullback, and then get a continuation of the move up, that could be a really good sign. Why do I want to see something like this? The reason for it actually comes down to what is happening in terms of Elliott-waves. If you remember, the last time that we talked about Onyx, we were, I believe, if I just zoom in more, specifically right around this area, and the idea was that, yep, there's like a very good chance we are having from the highs to about the lows a 5-wave down, meaning this might be the beginning of a new move down, and it can be in form of an ABC zigzag. And the idea was that this is 5 down, this is correction up, and we can have like a 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's why I said, yeah, probably in the next 2-3 days, we are going to see another move down into our wave 5. And we did get our move down. Now, here's the situation. I'm not, at least at the moment, sure whether this point is going to be the end of our ABC zigzag or not, since I'm not really seeing a very strong reaction from the lows. Why is it that I want to see a very strong reaction from here? Because in terms of Elliott-waves, if you want to say that we have hit our final low, you have to be able to find off of the lows a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a very strong bounce without a lot of overlapping of the waves. This specific count is called an impulsive movement. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, our wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. And in terms of the subwaves, you know it, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5, and for our wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Let's say, sure, ABC into 4, and maybe a WXY structure into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart. Okay, so first things first, I do think that from here to about the highs in this initial reaction after this crashing event, we are able to find a 5-wave. So this is definitely an optimistic sign. Followed by that, if this is truly an ABC zigzag and the bottom is in, then okay, from here we want to see a very strong bounce. And so far, at least, we are having kind of a slow and choppy move on the upside. And this actually opens the door to maybe having one more move on the downside, and then hopefully a good bounce. Now, here is a very important point. If you want to be bullish with a bit more confidence in Onyxcoin and you do want to say, you know what, this is 5 up, this is correction down, basically we are dealing with a bullish setup indicating the next move is going to be a good one up, may I suggest just be a bit more patient and see, are we going to actually see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to specifically take this important high about, let's say, 1 cent area. Now, why do we care about this high? Because if we go up in a strong manner in order to take the highs, at that point from here to about this low, you're not really going to be able to find a 5 wave, and at that point we have to sort of kind of consider this thing as an ABC zigzag or maybe a WXY, generally some sort of a corrective movement and not an impulse, suggesting, yeah, probably the bottom is in and we are going to get a good bounce. And I'm really hoping at that point we're going to get a break of this beautiful descending channel. And I think we talked about this concept in the previous videos as well. You see, it seems like that in Onyxcoin, we are having a very important resistance area in here. And by the way, this I think was from daily time frame between, let's say, 1.25 to about 1.32 cents. And in my opinion, this is kind of a weak level. Why? Because let's go around here. You see, the whole idea behind of an area being a resistance is simply because around it, we do have a lot of traders ready to take short positions. So let's say initially we are having 20 short positions in here. The first time that the price is going to reach to about here, let's say, I don't know, maybe 5 of those orders are going to get activated, and as a result, we are only going to have 5 orders remaining. Excuse my terrible drawing, there we go. Let's say another time we're going to get to here, and then another 5 also going to get activated. At that point, you're going to have only 10 positions remaining. Another time we're going to touch this region, another 5 orders are going to get activated. Let's say even 6 orders. This time we are going to have only 4 orders remaining. And I promise you, if we touch this resistance way too many times, there will be a time where we are going to reach to about this resistance and there's basically not going to be any short position, meaning what? At that point, we are going to get a break of this area, meaning we go above it, do a pullback, and then get a continuation of the move up. And for this specific reason, I think in XCN, this resistance is kind of weak because the amount of times that we reach to it and every single time we got some sort of a reaction off of it. Let's just have a quick count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times we touched this region and every single time we got a rejection from it. So I'm willing to say, if hopefully the bottom is in and we are going to get a bounce and reach to about here, at that point, odds of us getting a break of this thing is actually going to be probably a lot higher as opposed to getting a rejection from it. And we are hopefully going to do something like this. We're going to go above here, do a pullback, and then get a continuation of the move up. And you know me, at that point, in terms of Elliott-waves, I am going to be screaming bullish and say, look, this is 1, this is 2, this is wave 3, 4, 5, which is a fantastic sign suggesting, you know what, maybe this is the beginning of yet another phase of the bull run in XCN. And by the way, I actually forgot to tell you this at the beginning of the video. You see, in Onyxcoin, I do think there is still, even with the recent phase on the downside, some room to be optimistic. And in my view, we are having off of the lowest low, 5 up into 1 correction for wave 2, and then very strong move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave clear cut 1 into wave 3, and the current move down to about the lows is going to be hopefully a correction structure into wave 4, meaning what? Yep. If the cycle is not over, by the end of it in Onyx, we can expect at least another move up into wave 5, and in it, we are going to take the highest high for the first target, about, let's say, 4.6 cents, but I'm really hoping that we're going to go quite a bit higher than that. On the other hand, if the cycle is over, okay, at that point, the story is going to be like way different. And that's why right now, at least, I really want to pay attention to this unbelievably strong support area from weekly and daily time frame at the same time. And if we are truly looking bullish and optimistic overall, under any kind of circumstances, we do not want to see Onyx getting a break of this level for two very important reasons. Number one, we talked about it earlier. Under this level, we really do not have a whole lot of strong support until around, I believe, that like 60% lower, all the way down here about 0.2 to about 0.33 of a cent. Reason number two, let's say, okay, if we get a break of this level, we are not going to be that pessimistic and we are not going to get to here. Okay, even at that point, reclaiming this important area still is going to take some time, and at that point you're just going to witness some seriously boring price action, if not an outright crash. So in Onyx, I think this might be the make it or break it level for us. And here is the good news that I forgot to tell you. I do think that the next week is going to be a bullish one for us, and I'm really hoping that we're going to get a move up. And if we do get it, okay, please pay attention to the shape of that move. Okay, that is really going to decide what is going on in XCN starting from the lows, and are we truly looking optimistic or not. If we get a slow and choppy move up in the next week, not an optimistic sign. On the other hand though, if you witness a very strong 1 2 3 4 5 without a lot of overlapping of the waves, awesome sign. It means most likely the bottom is set. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XCN's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the market, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.